Hey everyone, welcome back to Lord Hippo Guy's channel. That's me, and today we're going to be going over our Patreon Q&A episode 2. This week we have a couple questions from some new Patreon members as well as some old Patreon members. And as always, I'm excited to get into it. But first, I just want to let you know if you could like and subscribe, comment on the videos, it really helps so much. If not, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to do that. But if you want to support me, that's a great way to support me. Anyway, let's get started into our first question. Onto our first question. Starting off our list, we have our first question from Macaroni. Their first question says, elaborate on your favorite horror movie monster. Who it is, why, and your favorite things about them. This is a great question. If you're looking at the video in the background, that's just so you guys can watch something while I'm going through all these questions. You know, that way you're not just staring at something that might be boring to you. Do you know what I mean? So my favorite horror movie monster, I'm gonna have to go with it. That is a very tough question, by the way. That is a very tough question, a very great question. It's a toss-up between two, but I think I'm gonna go with The Thing from the movie John Carpenter's The Thing. The reason I like this creature is because I really like the element of just mystery and fear that it gives off. Because this creature, if it is able to kill someone, it is able to mimic them perfectly. Not like mimic them where you see like movies like Invasion of the Body Snatchers where somebody's like, and they're like, John, why are you acting so weird? No, it's not like that. It's like where you'd walk into a room and your dad would be like, hey, I need help grabbing the boxes over here in the attic. Can you help me grab them? And you're like, yeah, of course. And you go up there and then your dad transforms into the monster. You'd be like, whoa, I did not see that coming. I didn't even know that my dad can become a demon monster from another universe. That's pretty much what it's like. My favorite things about him were probably like just how it doesn't have a normal shape. It becomes all different creatures into one, which is why I found it so exciting and interesting about it. Like its final form is just a monster of monsters. And that is why it is probably my favorite horror movie monster. Question number 2 was pick a random Dungeons & Dragons monster. Explain how you'd make an encounter with it. Another excellent question. Now, if I'm going to pick any Dungeons & Dragons monster, I want to go with a big one. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. I'd like to go with the Tarrasque. Okay, and I know a lot of people are going to go like, Tarrasque? That's too big. That's too powerful. That's too much of a incredible, like, monster, like, insane thing. And to that, I say, I kind of agree. Here's the thing. The Tarrasque is just such an interesting, cool monster to me. It is a super powerful giant creature, and it has the power to redeflect magic right off itself. So that means if you casted a spell at it, the spell has a chance to just bounce right off its body. It's also immune to many things, but here's the encounter that I would make for it. Your player characters are level 20. You guys have been trained to do it all. But you get a mission from the king that he believes there's a cult somewhere far off that might be trying to do something. Your party has dealt with cults many times. When you go to the area that you were heading towards, you find just a small log cabin. Inside is an old woman, and it seems pretty normal. She invites you in for some food, tea, depending on what the players do. Situations could change. They could just instantly kill her. That's possible. But most players like to roleplay a little bit more and go into more in-depth in it. Let's say they do. The woman will talk about how she actually believes that the kingdom is corrupt and most of the people in the kingdom are all beyond saving. That's when she reveals that she is actually a lich. The party is then tasked with what to do. Listen to her more or just go right into combat. If they do go right into combat, as soon as she is killed, the portal will open that will summon the Tarrasque. That has been her end goal this entire time, and then boom, the party has to fight the Tarrasque. After she is killed as well, the terrain changes to giant mountains and lava that's been pouring out because you see that she has made this place her final resting place, final resting area. And that's why I think this would be a very cool, like, final mission for them. They have to stop this thing before it makes it to the kingdom and kills innocent people, as well as maybe even the king who might be guilty. And that leaves the party for something else they can check on afterwards, which I just felt like would be really cool. Excellent questions. Our next question is from Jeremy. Jeremy is back with his question saying, question 1. What's your current zombie apocalypse outbreak plan? Now, this is a very interesting question, and it is a question I actually have thought about before because I am a nerd loser person. Yes, that is very true. For starters, I do own firearms. Yes, I own pew-pews legally. I own the bang-bangs. And that's very important. Do I own ammo? Yes. How much? I will not disclose, but a decent amount of ammo. Yes, nothing that the government should say bad. First thing that I would do is make sure that my family knows that we all have to meet at a certain place. Personally, I don't like the shore, but I do know that the shore is pretty far away from, like, high, super populated areas, especially when it's, like, the winter time, depending on everything. Lots of barricading would have to be done, but it's not the house that we're going to stay at. First thing I'm going to do, honestly, is I'm going to grab a couple of my guns, ammo, and I will head to go find my girlfriend. I will find her. I will then try and call my friends and try and get them to head to a Home Depot. That is where I would like all of my friends and family members to head. Once at the Home Depot, we will use the wood that they have there, plenty of wood everywhere, to barricade the walls, windows, and doors. From there, now that everyone is there, I have brought my weapons and everything to the Home Depot. We will then start setting up places on top of the roof for crops and stuff like that to start growing food. Once we have that, we could start slowly but surely just creating a barricaded place until the situation is handled. Now, do I believe that a zombie outbreak would lead to the end of the world? No, I honestly don't. It would probably stop once the military gets full control of it, and I know most people are like, what? The military can't stop it. In all actuality, zombie virus, your body would be decaying slowly, and not getting enough nutrients or strength, you would eventually just become very slow walkers, even if they could run in the beginning. But even that is pushing it. Military would probably come in, handle that. I give it, I don't know. Think about it this way. It's essentially just people running full speed at you, and you have a gun to just mow them down. And with airplanes, helicopters, seriously, just a helicopter, just melt them down. The only way the world doesn't survive is if it's a World War Z style zombies, because they're just too superhuman. They're no longer like just zombified people, they are superheroes. They are like Captain America level strength of running and speed. It's insane. But any other type of zombies, yeah. At max, a year. Quickest time, I could see it end in 3 months, to be honest. And yeah, that's what I will do for the zombie apocalypse. Excellent questions, as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. As always, every Friday, these videos will be out. I'd like you to get your questions in Thursday, preferably before 1 p.m., as always, and I'll catch all of you in the next episode. And as always, stay handsome and classy. Peace out.